He's more than an athlete. He's an artist.
I think you're in love, Ron.
Shut up.
Lecter, I love you. Lecter, I do.
When we're apart, my heart beats only.
Harry Potter!
Hey, my eyes aren't glistening with the ghost of my past.
I'm not an owl.
Technically, it's a fact.
Ah, c'est magnifique.
Kill the stag.
I'm on a Barty Crouch!
Behaving like a babbling, bumbling band of baboons.
Junior.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Retold, the podcast where I retell you my favorite story of all time, Harry Potter. And today, it's a Founders episode!
Yay!
We are all snugged in, nice and cozy, here at our good buddy Nico's house. This episode, sponsored by Barnard's Best. Check them out. Wonderful handyman service. But as you can see, isn't it a handyman service?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
With IT stuff, you know,
He does anything you want him to do.
anything.
that he can do.
Within reason.
Mhm. And so he set up this whole wonderful thing for us. We're not at my daughter's nursery anymore. We're at his house. Great table. Look at this. It's real wood, everybody. I don't know if it's real wood or not.
Nice and firm.
But we got butterbeer kisses. He got those for us. Butterbeer peeps. If you could believe it, listeners, some of the co-hosts today think that all peeps taste the same. They're wrong. I can taste the difference.
I said all peeps taste bad.
Oh, well, you're wrong. But we are today talking about, and there's a little 3D print Dobby, everybody. You can see him at the front. But today we're talking about chapters 25 and 26 of the Goblet of Fire. I forgot. I actually was looking at here. I'm glad you had your book open over there. But I never take this journey alone. Always have my very special guests. And you've heard them before, but my founders today, starting on my right, I have Emily.
Hello.
I have me. Hi.
Yay.
I have Jonathan.
Hello.
And Jessie.
Hello.
And we are Retold. Yeah. But to open up today's episode, Jessie has bought me these lovely little Harry Potter joke books.
Unofficial.
Yes, the unofficial joke book for Harry Potter fans. And we each have a volume, and we have all selected. I didn't select it. Jessie picked for me. I might edit that out if they're bad. But we've all selected jokes that we want to share. We might do one, we might do two apiece, but let's start. Emily seems so daggum excited to share her joke. So Emily start.
I must say, though, I don't necessarily endorse these books. I think we found like 10 out of the entire book that are good.
All right. Are you guys so ready for this?
Ready.
Yeah,
right.
let's hear it.
What would have happened to Harry? Wait, what would have happened had Harry not found the golden egg in time at the Triwizard tournament?
Ooh, so fitting.
What would it happen?
He would have been exterminated.
Hey! Very good, very good.
Nice.
All right, let's see what Jessie found for me. That was the one that I liked. Okay. So, Jonathan. Yeah, Barry. How did the conductor learn how to drive the Hogwarts Express?
I don't know, Barry.
Training.
You get it because it's
That's right.
train.
Here's a good one.
You can go for it.
What do Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall have in common?
Their first name.
Professor.
I read that one.
Okay. Jonathan.
Okay. Why are centaurs so clumsy?
Why, Jonathan?
The ruddy stargazers.
Because they have two left feet.
Oh, it took me a second. I was like,
Yeah.
very good. And Jessie, what's going on over there?
Okay. I love me play on words. Did you hear that they named a body of water after Miss Lovegood?
No.
It was Lunacy.
Ah, clever. And back to you, Emily.
All right. How does Vardy hide?
He crouches.
Yeah, you.
Oh. I'm sorry, I stole it from you. Did you want to say another one?
Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
Jesse, you can't answer. And you can't because you're looking at it. So,
Okay.
Jonathan,
Oh.
what happened when Mrs. Norris took over for the Hufflepuff House ghost?
I don't know, Barry. I'm sorry.
She became the Cat Friar.
Not the fat fryer. Wow.
get it.
Yeah, I get
Listeners,
it. I get it. I get it.
Jonathan.
I saw a couple others that were pretty good, but I didn't mark them because I thought I was just responsible for one. So instead, I figured I would give the listeners a little bit of a taste of what we sorted through to get anything that was reasonably funny at all. So, why does Hermione have such nice teeth?
Do you know the answer to that one, Jesse? Why does
I
Hermione?
think I read it. Yeah.
Why?
Because her parents are dentists.
Oh! Which is like actually not true.
Yeah.
Based on events in this book.
Some of these are just like they're not even jokes.
It's like an actual answer, like
Mhm.
how you would respond.
Oh, this one's actually pretty good.
Tell me. He's loving it.
I'm just in the laughing mood now.
Oh boy. I can't get through it. What was Voldemort's parents' favorite game?
I am so nervous for whatever answer. Is it a love game? I don't know. What?
Got your nose.
Okay, that was a good one.
That was pretty good. Oh,
Okay, I have one that
That's good
hurts
for
my
me.
heart as a Ravenclaw.
Should've grabbed my nose.
This one gives us a great crisis. What NFL game would a Ravenclaw have a really hard time choosing a team to root for?
The Atlanta, I was about to say Hawks. Atlanta Falcons versus the Seattle Seahawks.
The Eagles versus the Ravens.
I picked the only two other teams. Dadgummit.
Well,
There
because the
Oh yeah.
because the mascot in the book is an eagle, but the movies change it to a raven because Ravenclaw.
That's actually
so
pretty clever.
Only Ravenclaws even know that their mascot is an eagle.
I like that.
Yeah.
And that's all of our jokey jokes. You're welcome,
Mhm.
listeners. You got a full comedy show without even paying.
You didn't even ask for it,
You didn't even ask
but we
for
gave it to you.
Very similar to in elementary school. I was in the school talent show because I would be the host. I would get up in between acts and just say knock knock jokes. They weren't good. I think they were just like,
Oh.
let's have this guy vamp while the other person gets set up. You have one more?
Speaking of knock knock jokes, there was a whole section on them. Let's just
Mine
pick one
was-
at random.
Mine was really bad.
Oh goodness. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Albus.
Albus who?
Albus out laughing if I see your walker.
He didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
It's great. I actually just saw a video of this. It was really cute. This little bitty girl who was getting something signed by Tom Felton at the Cursed Child play. And
Draco.
that's right. And her mom goes, she actually has a joke for you. And he goes, let's hear it then. And she goes, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Say it in a British voice. You're Tom Felton.
Oh, I'm Tom Felton? Yeah. I don't. Who's there?
You know.
You know who?
And then it was really cute because he was like, oh, thank you. That was very sweet. Everybody wants stuff from me, but nobody ever gives me stuff. Thank you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh,
I give you money, Tom. All right,
Yeah,
we paid for the play.
plenty.
I have a joke that maybe I shouldn't say this. I'll say it
Say
and
it.
laugh. No, I'm just kidding. I came up with my own joke last night at 2
That's
a.m. when I
right.
couldn't sleep. Okay, so what do you call a one-of-a-kind Hogwarts feast?
What, Jesse?
An omnomnomaly.
Nom.
I.
So the reason I'm not,
What's happening?
no. I understand that it's a joke, and I get the joke, but the reason I didn't laugh was because I was like, "How is it Harry Potter?" Like in the punchline. In the punchline.
No, the punchline. Half of these punchlines weren't.
No, that's
Harry
fair.
Potter.
That's fair. But I expected more.
Basing this.
I told you it's at 2 a.m. Okay, I
That's
couldn't
true.
sleep.
That's true. All right, and with all that madness out of the way, let's move on to our Quizzitch section. And so, listeners, this is the part of the show where I have pridefully claimed that I know Harry Potter better than everybody else in the world, and I put this to the test by asking my co-host questions about trivia questions about the 2 chapters that we discuss each week. And they asked me 2 questions, except we're going to do more than just 2 apiece this time. And well, I'll do more than 2. You guys. Anyway,
I've got the questions.
I
if
know you
want
got
to
the
answer
questions.
the hard stuff.
No. Where was I going with this? So I asked them questions, and then what do I say at this point?
And then we give you the answers.
No, that's right. That's right. Those are the answers.
And
No.
we keep a running tally to
That's
see
right.
who knows more.
And we give Barry
Him or
half
the world.
points for everything.
Yeah, that's
Half
right.
point, Barry.
That's right. So Jonathan has the right of it, not this Jessie person over here. We keep a running tally to see who knows more, me or the world. Won book 1, lost book 2 and 3, debatably, and we will.
Debate.
But at the moment, this current score is I am down by 2 points. So last time when you guys were on, I think I was up by 2. But
So it's been a little
the
rough
ties
for
have
the show.
changed. It has been a rough go. There's been a few times I gave one I shouldn't have. But there's also been times that I took one when I shouldn't have. So
Yeah.
fair is fair. 2, I'm down by 2 points. Jessie, please save us. Ask your first question.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. This one will have multiple answers, so I'll give you a little easy one, okay?
Oh, yes.
Name what one of the taps does that Harry tries out in the prefect's bathroom.
It does little shooty shoots across the water. It like does little arches.
Yeah, and they jump on top of the surface.
That's right. I really thought you were about to debate my answer.
No. That's
I think it actually the hand motion helped because it clarified what
I
it was-
object. Only half points.
Oh, okay. Jessie, let's see. How many scroots are left?
Only 2.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding. Jonathan, what's your question?
Okay. Whilst underwater in the second task, what spell does Harry use?
Relatio.
That is correct.
Yes.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Yep. I remembered that more, not even from this reading this, but because I was just on a Harry Potter trivia show, and I watched hours of the Super Carlin brothers doing Harry Potter trivia, and that was one of the ones they got stumped by because in the movie, the only spell we hear him say is Ascendio, and that's what they both said.
Yeah, because Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the movie he doesn't say it goes.
Oh, she's my friend too. That's not how he sounds. All right, Jonathan, your question.
Oh boy.
Name one of the books that they studied from. And I got to go to that.
Okay.
There was like 30.
I wrote a list, and that was one of my questions, so I can help.
Okay.
If there's a wand, there's a way.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding. 2-2. Emily, what's your question?
Okay. Who found Myrtle's body?
Olive Hornby.
Very good.
Yes.
Congrats.
Yeah, you guys are
Great
so nice. I
job.
love it.
Very.
Emily,
Right.
what's the Merge Chieftainess's name?
It's a hard one.
Mercus.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Right? And Jessie,
That's
hit me with
awesome.
one more.
Okay. When Harry gets stuck in the step, how many stairs down does he drop the Marauders map?
6.
Yes.
I mean, great question.
You're like, I had that one for you.
He said, number, mark it.
All right. Let's see. Whose hat does Harry knock off in Charms class?
Pavardi's.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Hmm.
And listeners, that's 4 for 4.
Wow.
That's the first time that's ever happened on this. Jonathan, did you want to ask me one more for funsies?
Oh,
For funsies,
I
I've
had
got
a
a good
Jonathan
one.
question too.
A Jonathan.
You wanna ask
question. What does that
Jonathan
mean? For me or
I know
for?
a question that
in
I
the
was like,
spirit of
this.
me?
Yes, it is in the spirit.
I
of
had
Okay.
I had two like unfair questions that I went. I'm not going to ask that question.
Okay, well, this is for fun.
Okay.
This was a question that I liked, but we'll see. What is Harry? Let me just make sure I get this right. Okay.
Your mom-
Greatly surprised. What greatly surprises Harry in Charms class?
Oh, I know.
that he got the cushion into the bucket.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, here's my Jonathan question for you, Jonathan. It
Oh,
is
for
not
me.
stated in the chapter, but you use the context clues to deduce it.
Okay, let's see if I can deduce.
What time did the trial start at?
Child
Well,
play.
sure. I mean, I could deduce it if I knew the facts that led me there.
It is.
Okay,
it's
let me
very
think.
deducible.
So Dobby wakes him up
Yeah.
at some time,
And he's
and
how many
he's
minutes late?
pretty. Yeah, he's
It's 10 minutes until task.
Yeah.
okay. Is it 8 a.m.?
No.
10 a.m.
I don't even know.
No, you don't know either.
No.
Oh, I should ask this.
Why?
It's 9:30.
Okay, 9:30.
Dobby wakes him up at 9:20, and he only has 10 minutes to get.
Very good.
Man, I can do that. That's the problem. I can do that addition,
Yeah, if you had the facts.
but
Okay, my silly questions. One was, this isn't too hard. Why did Boris the Bewilder look confused?
Oh, I know this one.
I had that name written down, but I didn't remember the context around it.
Jesse?
Because he had his gloves on the wrong hands.
That's right. Okay, and then my difficult one was, what was Snape wearing that night that Harry dropped his egg?
A gray shirt.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a long gray nightshirt. So
Yeah.
I would have given that.
Oh,
Very last one. How is Filch described as holding the egg?
like a baby.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like a firstborn son.
Firstborn son.
He's like, it's my evidence.
All right. So that wraps up our Quizzitch section. There was no change to the score.
It's a
We went
wash.
tit for tat.
We did, and I'm pretty pleased with that. On a 3 against 1, I'll take it.
Mhm.
And listeners, your question last week, I don't know. Hello, Future Barry here. Fortunately, I do know the question, and the question from last week was, how many socks does Dobby have at the time of Christmas morning in the 4th book? And the answer to that question is 7. Congratulations if you got it right. If you got it wrong, better luck next time. Next time being right now. But the question for this week is, were you going to say?
I was gonna say we love you, Future Barry.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
We love you, Future Barry.
He rocks. Please, I hope you didn't eat all the things you shouldn't have. I've been getting fat.
You can do better, Future Barry.
Just shaming myself in the mirror. All right, your question this week. What creature does Harry suggest that he should turn himself into as an anime in his animagus?
Oh, I love
That's
it.
your question for
that's
this
one of my
week.
favorite lines.
Yeah. If you want to answer that question, you can write into theretoldpodcast@gmail.com or message me at theretoldpodcast on Instagram. Yay! All right, now let's get to our chapter coverage. Yay!
Yay.
So, starting off, chapter 25. It's bath time, y'all. Harry's got to go get, and I wrote down, bathatized. He's essentially washing away his sins of lying because he's been lying to everybody.
Oh my
should-
goodness.
I should probably actually say, too, if you're new, what we're going to do, I recap the chapters, and then at the end, we have our golden snitch or favorite lines, and where we recap.
you got this. You got this.
We do some stuff, guys.
We have bonus sections at the end of each chapter coverage. Talk about favorite lines, golden snitches, transfigurations, all that good
I
stuff.
legitimately thought you were going to provide like a disclaimer that baptism doesn't save. That's where I thought you were going with that.
By the way,
Just so you know.
I am a pastor. Oh my goodness. Okay. So Harry's baptized, washing away the sins of lying. Thursday night, Ron opens up the portrait for him, and he sleuths on down to the prefect's room. My next note is silly Boris, because he's got his gloves on the wrong hands.
It makes me think of that John Travolta meme. He's like,
Oh, yeah. Harry's first thought is, this place is sick. Might actually become one of them prefects myself, because he loves how this prefect's bathroom looks.
Dude, I feel that. When you find the right bathroom, it's like...
And it's a swimming pool with a diving board.
It's
I've
pretty
always
extra.
wanted
Yeah.
to swim in the tub,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Hogwarts Legacy, though, is fun. It does it justice.
Yeah, it's
Really?
got one of them in there.
Yeah.
Harry plays with the taps a little bit while fills up the tub, and then he hops on in there. Somebody remembered what one of them taps was in. Quizzitch section.
Whoop, whoop.
That's right, you've seen it. I wrote down 460 line. Harry, you told yourself you would stop doing this. So you couldn't keep having to open up the book.
I have a different page number. Should I pick out?
No. Highly enjoyable though it was to swim in hot and foamy water with clouds of different colored steam wafting all around him. No stroke of brilliance came to him. I thought that. I enjoyed that. Barry, why are you saying your favorite
This
lines?
is
Because
nice,
it wasn't
but
favorite lines.
It didn't work.
Didn't do anything for him. He opens the egg.
Sorry.
He opens the egg, because why not? But it screams, that's why not, Harry. Also, somebody gives him a little spook. And who is it? It's Moaning Myrtle.
Peeping.
Moaning Myrtle. Y'all remember her. It's okay if you forgot, though, because who would remember poor, miserable Moaning Myrtle? That's what she says. Can anybody do the scream?
I'm not going to try
Wait.
right here.
Oh, edit.
This is what you're here for, listeners.
Put that in the Patreon.
That's right. Or just do freaking Mark. Whoa! Anyway, she really creeps Harry out because he's all naked and she is very prone to wandering. But she tells him to put the egg in the water, and eventually he does. But in the lead up, some of the things I liked was, he says, I was naked. And she goes, I closed my eyes. Like, don't you worry.
girl.
I love when she says, I've never come out and talked to anyone before. And he goes, I'm honored.
Yeah. And then,
Wow.
she highlights, you haven't seen me forever. He goes, well, I got told off last time. It's against the rules, and you're in a girl's bathroom. And she's like, you didn't used to care. It's not a good look for Myrtle. But finally, he puts the egg underwater, and he's like, it didn't do nothing. She says, put your head in it, bro. Under it, well, bro. So he does, and he hears some singing. And the new audiobook here.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
So good.
I wasn't going to listen to it because while I'm going through these books, it helps me, like with the Quizzitch section, to stick with Jim Dale because those memories are so ingrained in my mind. And on it,
Get
like
that.
sometimes when people ask me the Quizzitch questions, I'll hear good old Jim.
You're
just
Jim whispers
whispering
the
the
answer.
answer. But I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And the singing for the audiobook is sick. The very new ones. Have you heard it?
No, I'm no. Listen.
Should we play it right now?
I need,
Get
yeah,
copyright
so I need to
strike.
get on this.
Barry, as a joke, I almost asked you as a Quizzitch question to recite. The
I would've
whole
been
I
passage.
thought about doing that too, but I was like, is that too?
I wouldn't have actually made you do it, but I wanted to make you squirm.
I know the movie one, and half
Me
of
too.
the rest of it. But
Mm.
anyway.
Well, I've been going through the dramatized audiobooks
Mhm.
as we're going through, and there's some moments that really hit. That was one of them, though.
Mhm.
The singing, I was like, I legitimately backed it up and listened to
Yeah.
it again.
And I don't know if I listened to it on my AirPods, and like the surround sound
Mhm.
is insane. Like I was like jumping, like, oh my gosh, there's something behind me.
Now, sorry, I got a text from work. It's just kind of like, I'm podcasting, guys. Surround sound, yes, because it's like a play, like an
Yeah.
audio play. Anyway, so he sticks it in there. Audiobook sounds great. We get some of the song info, which basically is, and Harry like deduces he's going to have to find what's going on. He's gonna have to find whatever.
I was just laughing at the resurgence of deduce.
Yes. Which Harry was able to do, and you weren't. But
Wow.
he he finds out that he's going to have to find something underwater. He has an hour to look for it. It's been taken from him. And then he starts going, what's under the water, though? And he's trying to piece it together. And I like when he's trying to do it, Myrtle goes, you're pretty stupid, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's basically what she says to him. But eventually, he figures it out of like, oh, it's mer people down there. She's all like, yeah, and that hussy over there on the window was all flirty with Cedric.
Yeah.
Talking about the mermaid. I wrote down Harry is tactless because he's like, how am I supposed to breathe underwater? And she goes, so tactless. I haven't breathed in years.
It's
Harry,
like not everything is about you, Myrtle.
that's right. But eventually Harry says deuces and rolls on out. I wrote down, it's interesting that Peeves appears on the map. And so I was curious, like, and you also see Mrs. Norris appears on the map. So I was like, what is the limit of things that appear on the Hogwarts or on the world?
goodness.
Is it like things that are sentient?
Things
Yeah, 'cause
that are
ghosts-
important to the plot?
Yeah. I think
Ding,
that's
ding.
it. I think that's it.
Ghosts appear as well.
Okay,
Ghost and any
Yeah.
named creature, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Peeves? He's
Oh, yeah, he's a
solid,
poltergeist.
Yeah.
So is
He's
like
solid.
and he can interact with things.
but can he move through walls?
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
he's a
Then I
poltergeist.
don't understand.
he can phase.
No, it's something later. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Okay, if Miss Norris is named though, does that mean every single pet that has a name
That's what I was wondering.
Oh,
walking
Trevor.
around?
And then,
yeah,
and
like
then,
Trevor's just
and then I was wondering, like the portraits. You know, well, the portraits.
Oh,
is
I don't
named-
think they show up.
I
but
think-
that's interesting.
there's. I want to look at the actual Marauders map and see like
How?
when it shows the walls, what
yeah.
like is it what it
But
appears
that
on walls.
because that would be so many names on the walls.
I can't imagine that
Yeah.
pictures are covered.
Yeah.
But I do have some questions
And-
about the Marauders map naming conventions that I might have to ask during the restricted section.
Stick around, listeners. So Harry rolls on out, and he notices
Same thing.
he notices a naughty little dot on the map. Okay, looking around in Snape's office, and who is it? It's Bartemius Crouch, just a snooping.
Bartemius.
That's his full name. All right.
Okay.
But he goes. I love the part where it says, like, his curiosity got the better of him. He was like, I shouldn't, but I'm gonna. And he goes to look at what it is. But he pulls a Neville. All right, and he like that stair that Neville got trapped in. Listeners,
Mhm.
at the beginning of the year, Harry foot slips, falls right in there. I thought, Jessie, that you were gonna ask me, what path does Harry take to get to that stair, because it does list out how he
And I've
moves.
asked you that.
I know. So I was like, I underlined it. Was
Look,
like,
I will say,
behind the.
because of what you told us earlier, I did not give you my hardest questions.
Oh, thank you.
So.
I'm gonna edit that out. But Harry falls in, and the only thing that could make this worse is if he dropped everything and made a lot of noise.
Oh, and the
Uh,
eggs split open and wailed.
He has to be very careful not to do that. Good thing he didn't. Psych! He does all of that. Egg falls down the stairs. The Marauders map falls. Six flights. Frick, man.
Oh goodness!
Anyway,
it goes a little down.
It
the
falls down a
stairs.
little bit. And the egg is just hooting and a hollering down at the foot of the stairs. And along comes grumpy old Filch to
So-
stop it. Aw, thanks, Filch.
This is where Harry is again dumb. Because he forgot about this convenient spell that helped him out so much in the first challenge.
Ah.
Right?
It's like, come on, my
Yeah.
man.
It's-
He's literally like reaching out. It says he's reaching out his wand to try to like
Yeah.
clear the map. And I'm like, you're holding a wand. Just swoop.
Yeah, that is a good point. Especially like we talk about how good his like battle sense is.
Yeah, not
so much here.
not when his leg's in a stick.
Not when his battle sense
But it
requires
hurts.
thinking. like-
when it's instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe one would require, or not require, one would inquire. What's the difference though? Like some of these
Yeah.
other things, like if you thought about it.
You'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
it.
I know. I don't know. Especially with how many times you use Accio in Hogwarts Legacy.
It's
just second nature.
Yeah, in
Anyway.
Hogwarts Legacy, he uses it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, Harry, come. Don't you even play Hogwarts Legacy?
No, because he never got to play Dobby's PlayStation. But Filch,
Mutilation.
that's right. Filch finds the golden egg, and he is super excited. Why is that? Because he's got dirt on Peeves. Undeniable proof of that
Mhm.
Peevester.
a big bad offense that Dumbledore will kick Peeves out of the castle. for.
And my next note is Kitty knows. All right. The kitty, little Mrs. Norris, is looking at sniffing him out.
Smells a little perfumed bathwater.
That's right. I'm surprised nobody else
Still
did.
Yeah.
emanating off
Mhm,
of
mhm.
Harry.
She's the cat fryer.
Especially with Snape's big
Oh,
old
no.
nose. How come he didn't sniff it?
He was sniffing.
He was sniffing. But Snape shows up too. I like the banter that they have going back and forth. Or like,
Mhm.
I can't even remember all of it, but it was very comical of like a husband and wife sitcom type duo.
Well, they're both like, very much in a one-track mind. Snape's like, someone broke into my office. I don't care about what in the world you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he's
But
like,
Peeves!
but Peeves, we could get him
Oh.
gone forever.
I know it. Snape says Peeves couldn't have broken in because he would have had to do a spell to get in, but if he
Mhm.
just went through the wall.
That is what I was alluding to earlier.
But I guess
But
the
he
door
could-
is
I guess-
ajar.
He couldn't, the door was open, I think, and then he couldn't take anything out through the wall. He'd have to go.
But hasn't
through
he
the
picked
door.
up things before?
Yeah, he could, but he can't take it through the wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
From the window.
Confused.
To
I
the
think
No,
I
no,
think Snape
no.
just wanted it to be someone else.
That's right.
Like
that's
he
right.
wasn't
But
gonna
perhaps
hear anything.
I would assume that there was like a full charm on the whole office
Okay.
that protected
That protected against a peeve,
a peeve.
Yeah.
a pet peeve,
a
if you
pet
will.
peeve.
Someone should adopt him.
Is that why he's called Peeves? Pet
It could be.
Peeves?
Yeah,
Oh, he's certainly called
Yes.
Peeves because
he's a pet peeve.
peeve is an irritation.
We just figured this.
No,
out.
I
no, you
don't
didn't.
include me.
No. Emily's been on that track for years.
Years.
I heard dawn and comprehension over here. I even saw the light bulb in the but anyway, and Snape says a naughty word.
He
said, "Damn."
did.
Oh, anyway, but I can say it because it's in the book.
Language.
That's right.
Snape.
Potty mouth, Potter. Moody has a sick entrance when he just walks up and he goes, "Pajama party, is it?"
Yeah.
And Moody covers for Harry hard. Like I love it of how
Mhm.
because he has that first instance of just mouths open. What? And then he's anyway, that's mine or all this stuff. And he figures and I also like him accusing Snape a little bit. Messing around with him. What are you up to? What is that?
I think it's cool too because we can talk more about this in the restricted section, but he's purposefully saying things to drop hints for Harry to throw Snape under the bus.
Yeah, some marks never get washed off.
Yeah.
And then he grabs his arm and it's like, I wonder why he grabbed his arm.
Oh,
So silly. I don't know.
And he's like, who has it in for Potter? Hey, Snape.
Man, this reminds me of in the last book where where Snape had Harry in like an undeniably bad situation where like Harry broke the rules, he's not where he's supposed to be, and a professor saves him in a way that's like, okay, that's cool, but also like, is Snape really gonna drop that?
Yeah.
And like maybe even if he drops it in the moment, what about the follow-up?
Yeah, I think Snape even mentions later something about you may have Moody on your team, but I'm not fooled by you.
Mhm.
So I think he definitely doesn't forget about this.
Because he's so spot on, is like immediately he was like, oh, I remember that. This happened the last time that I was just alluding to.
And he's like, I got bamboozled once before, and I'm gonna get bamboozled again.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's mine. Movie.
One of my favorite moments is just the when Moody goes, "You dropped something." Just kidding, that's mine.
I know. I dropped it earlier.
That reminds me of the stupid YouTube video that's awesome, the epic rap battle. He's like, I broke up with my girl. Here's her number. Psych! That's the wrong number. Real ones will know.
Yeah, I know that one.
That's a good one.
Emily regularly quoted that.
Yes.
Did I?
Back in the day. Yeah, you and
Whoa, me and Jasmine.
you and Jasmine, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Classic.
Shout out, Jessie. Hope you're doing well. What's going on? But anyway, Snape puts 2 and 2 together and starts sniffing for Harry, as you mentioned. He's a
His nostrils flare with
Flaring.
But Moody saves him yet again. He's like, "Why are you looking for good boy Harry? You must be evil." And Snape's all like, "Nah, I was just wanting to help him out in case he got lost, just really for his own good before he said stuff. I believe him. Snape calls it though, and he heads back to bed. Filch has to give over the egg. He's holding it like his firstborn son. And he leaves too. Moody pulls Harry out after a moment because he's looking at the map like, this is a crazy map. And Professor, can you help me out of here? And then they talk about Crouch for a little bit of like, I saw Crouch down here. And Harry's all like, why do you think he was roaming about? And Moody's like, bro, you think I'm crazy? He's even more barmy than me.
The way they did it in the audiobook was like so suspicious. They had Moody's voice like, oh, it like gave him like stutter and pause and then like sounded really suspicious. And I was like reading along and I'm like, oh, they added a little more suspicion than is written in the text. But I thought it was very good.
Yeah, you really should check it out.
I know. I still love that.
I did notice that it's
like,
not
Scottish
fully
accent.
unabridged, but in tasteful ways, because there's a lot of like,
said Harry.
yes,
Yeah.
if that doesn't provide like a significant amount of context, or it's the first time a person's spoken in this like scene, it omits that.
Well,
which is fair.
Yeah, and well, to something interesting, I should say it later, but I might forget, so I'll say it now. When they're doing the task, one thing I thought was interesting that the audiobook did, because it said that Harry can't speak underwater really, and so the words that he tries to say, it doesn't say it in the voice actor's voice.
Yeah,
the narrator
I noticed
says
that.
It in, like
Yeah.
her voice.
But then you can hear the it also comes out at the same time.
So anyway, back to where we were. Moody says, "Hey, this map, can I borrow it?" Harry's like, I wrote down Harry's like me, and what I mean by that is, one of my best friends, he calls me like incredibly reciprocal, and like transactional even, in that if you did anything good for me, I feel like indebted and I have to like do some. It's like if you were to buy somebody a Christmas present, I'm like, oh, I hope I got something of like equal value, to give back. And so Harry, when he gets saved, he's like, oh, I don't want to give it to him, but he did just save me. That fair's fair. All right, fine. You can have the map.
We can't have this really convenient plot device in your hands anymore now that you've remembered to use it.
Yeah.
I did think it was funny at the beginning of this chapter when Harry's like, "Oh, I'll need the invisibility cloak for sure. Oh yeah, and the Marauders map would be probably pretty useful. It's the second most useful tool." But I don't know, the way that it's framed, it's like, oh yeah, he wouldn't be thinking about
Oh,
this.
sometimes he doesn't consider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, if you're going out, that's an essential tool right there, my
I
friend.
think it's so interesting how
He likes it too
Fred,
much.
He
like,
does.
when Fred and George had it, they're like, we use this thing all the time. And then Harry's like, I use it maybe twice a year.
Yeah, they weren't Harry freaking Potter.
I wonder if he's scared of it getting confiscated again. He's like, it's too valuable.
Like
they
it
use
did
it, like,
tonight.
They use it.
They
for, like,
use it in their
little things.
dorm rooms a lot,
Yeah.
Like, well, Fred and George did, but
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, the
It would
fact
be
that he
too
was in this
easy.
situation is his own fault.
yeah.
More so in the last book with when it got confiscated, because he was already hiding things that he didn't want Snape to get, so we should have hid that as well. I spoke about that
I
last
read
season. Sorry, guys.
But they head to Moody's office, and Moody says, by the way, Harry, you should consider being a cop. Anyway, good night. And that's the end of the chapter. Yay! Now, moving on now, listeners, to what I was trying to say at the beginning of the section, our favorite lines.
Oh, yes.
That's right. So
I love our favorite lines.
that's right. So I don't have that many this time.
I know. I only have one for this.
Oh, well then, how about
Yeah.
you go last? No. Emily, can you start? Are you ready with one of yours? Jessie, can you start us off with your?
I
favorite
can,
line?
and then I'll be done.
That's
Just
right.
Get me out. All right. So this one is when Harry's freaking out about the task and saying that he doesn't know how to swim. And I thought it was really funny. He says he wasn't a very good swimmer. He'd never had much practice. Dudley had had lessons in his youth, but Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon, no doubt, hoping that Harry would drown one day, hadn't bothered to give him any.
What is your opinion on this could be like controversial, but what is your opinion on the infant swim classes?
I did them myself for Jace. I think
Did
they're
you?
helpful if you don't know what to do, but I knew what to do, so like Jace loves water. He will literally take a cup of water and pour it on his head.
Yeah, and you go to a lake often.
Yeah, we swim.
I just see these videos of people tossing their babies just into the water.
Well, it
I'm
is.
like, what is going on?
If you don't know, it's very important because babies can naturally float, and they're like they're so fat. They just got a bunch of little fat bummies.
Aw.
So
Crazy.
if you teach them to like not mind water on their face and be okay with getting it in their ears, and then you teach them to roll over, and then they just float on their back.
I just picture Bailey and me throwing our baby into the water.
Yours is a little young.
She starts to sink, and then Bailey's like, grab her, and I'm like, no, give her a minute.
No.
She's
Have it on
scared.
good authority.
That she will float.
You know,
No.
all that cute
So
little baby
what
fat.
age?
I wait for like 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this whole time I've been picturing
No.
what is now like my 2-month-old nephew. I'm like,
Don't throw your 2 months.
I just don't think she can handle that at this age.
No. I started with Jace in the bathtub at like 4 months,
Mhm.
and then I mean he swam a lot. He swam in the ocean. He swam in the pool. He swam in the lake. So
You there's a meme of like this kid, just a little infant, just being thrown around like, "Ah!" And when you say he's been in the ocean, that's what I picture. Jason the Current just but
you should see, like, it's so funny how, like, being a boy mom, and I'm like at dinner with my soccer team, and I just have Jace over my shoulder, just holding on to him by one leg, and he's dangling upside down. I'm like talking to the other parents, like nothing's
That's
going on. And I'm like, it's just life as a boy mom.
yeah, and I'm girl dad over here. Jonathan, what's your favorite line?
So the two that I have noted down, we sort of already like bantered off of, but at the beginning when Harry gets into the bathroom, his immediate reaction was that it would be worth becoming a prefect just to be able to use this bathroom.
Absolutely.
Because
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
it's good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You find the right bathroom, and it's like, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
That's the one for me.
I'll walk an extra 5 minutes.
Stall third to the left.
Yeah.
That's my stall at the gym. Did you have any more favorite lines?
Yeah, but I wasn't prepared to go back
Oh,
to
okay,
back.
okay. No, you're right. Let me go to my first one. My first one. It's this is kind of lame because I already said it. Harry hesitated, thinking, and then his curiosity got the better of him. I didn't enjoy that one, but that was silly. Let me go to the next one. That one doesn't count. That one doesn't count, listeners.
Just for free.
Just
A bonus.
What was the context of that one?
That
Yeah,
was
I didn't
when-
really catch it.
That was when he saw. That was when he saw Barty crouch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how
on the
could
map.
you not be curious about
Mhm.
that?
And so my other favorite one, a little bit before that, was when Myrtle was going on about Olive Hornby, and she goes, and then of course she went to the Ministry of Magic to stop me stalking her, so I had to come back here and live in my toilet. And Harry's not paying attention, and he just goes, "Good." Well, I'm a lot further on than I was. Shut your eyes again, will you? I'm getting out. Just like,
good.
Emily.
All right, mine's the very end of the chapter. And Moody thought Harry, ought to be an Aurora. Interesting idea, but somehow Harry thought, as he quietly got into his 4-poster 10 minutes later, the egg and the cloak now safely back in his trunk, he thought he'd like to check how scarred the rest of them were before he chose it as a career.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one too.
Jonathan.
This is the no, said Filch, clutching the egg as though it was his firstborn son. Professor Moody, this is evidence of Peeves' treachery. I feel like Filch is really good in this little section.
Yeah.
Like, he gets a bad rap because he deserves a bad rap. But then also, you've got to think about, like, this is this man who doesn't have magic in a magic school, and he's cleaning up after everything. And here's this ruddy Peeves who's just creating so much for him to do. And he's just so desperately, like, the passion and fervor that he has. He's like, come on, Peeves, we can get him this time.
And it's like he's not a student. He doesn't have a right to be there. So
Yeah.
it is pretty
I'm with him.
justified.
Why is Peeves there?
I don't agree with this theory, but it was somewhat interesting. I heard the Super Carlin brothers talk about it, but that Peeves is all of like Dumbledore's naughtiness, kind of like, or like rule breaking stuff siphoned out of him and become Poltergeist. But the reason I don't agree with that is because I was like, Dumbledore breaks the rules anyway. What are you talking about?
He's got that mischievous glint in his eye.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think it said that it's already clarified, I believe, on like Pottermore that Peeves is the amalgamation of
Yeah.
all of the
Yes.
students rule breaking at that school.
Mm-hmm.
But another Filch one that I liked was Filch, and this is just in that same instance, but Filch looked yearningly up the stairs right through Harry, who could see that he was very reluctant to forego the chance of cornering Peeves. Go, Harry pleaded with him silently. Go with Snape. I just like that a lot. I'm like, but he's around here somewhere.
I don't want to.
Did you have any more, Emily?
I do.
Hit me with it.
I do. Snape stretched out his hands like a blind man and began to move up the stairs. Harry could have sworn his overlarge nostrils were dilating, trying to sniff Harry out.
His nostrils are dilated 6 inches.
Yeah, I had a tee. So.
I had a tee. I like that.
Yeah.
That was all mine. Did anybody have any more?
No, that's good. The tasteful overlarge.
Fantastic. Now moving on, listeners, to our Transfiguration section. And so this is differences that the movies made from the books. So one of the ones, right? I got it right that time. Thank you for
You didn't even
to that.
You didn't even like slow down and,
No. Do you pick on
brace yourself.
Do you pick up on that now on some of the episodes that I do that? I'm like, there's differences that the
movies made from the book.
You don't know how many times I've edited it out, like in half the episodes. But anyway, first one, I don't know if anybody caught this, but in the movie, the taps for the boat, the bath are in the middle of the bath, but in the book they're on the side, and Harry plays them over there. But it's in the middle of the it's like an island in the movie. The other one is giant omission, the whole egg dropping incident.
Yeah.
No egg drop soup in this chapter.
Oh, that's good stuff.
It's great stuff. And then Moaning Myrtle, she's a lot weirder. You thought she was weird in the book. She's even weirder. She's saddled sliding on the
Pedals up to
yeah,
Harry
it's
and pulls the bubbles around him.
immensely uncomfortable.
Yeah, I feel like it's worse because that's like a 30-year-old woman.
Yeah.
You know, like-
But also impressive actress.
Yes.
Crushing it.
she plays young well.
One other thing to note is that in this chapter, or in the book, it's Snape who makes mention that somebody's been taking the ingredients for the polyjuice.
He doesn't see it.
But in the movie, Myrtle implies here too that she saw some polyjuice potion. And she's flying around and she goes, I could have swore I saw a spare bit of polyjuice potion being brewed or something she says something like that.
And he doesn't even see the name Barty Crouch on the map, right?
In the movie?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it's been a minute since I've seen it. Even though that one is has been my favorite for a long time.
Is that the interaction where he's like, I haven't stolen anything?
That's right. That's right.
That was memed into oblivion. I remember a couple of years ago. It was so funny. It's inappropriate, so I won't go any further.
All right, and now moving on to our golden snitches. So this is the section where we highlight little lore tidbits and bits, behind the scenes things. Only got one for this chapter, and it's the prefect's bathroom.
Yay!
It was located on the 5th floor hospital tower corridor. I like how it lists off everything on the wiki. Hogwarts Castle, Highlands, Scotland, Great Britain. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The prefect's bathroom was a special bathroom on the 5th floor of Hogwarts, restricted to use by school prefects, head boys, head girls, and Quidditch captains.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Harry does get to.
You
stop
spoiling. I made note of that in the restricted section.
Okay, edit.
So a lot of stuff is mentioned as well, but there's also there's said to be not just bath soap, but bath oil, bath powder, bath salt, shampoo, hairspray, and conditioner.
Oh
Gosh,
my
I would
goodness.
give away a year of my life to take that.
I'd
Let's
just be
see.
swimming circles around you.
Whee! Let me go on to a little behind the scenes stuff. In the film, this is all seat of my pants. I haven't looked at this. In the film adaptation of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Oh, I already said that one. In the video game adaptation of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, there is a very long level in which Harry, Ron, and Hermione trek through the bathroom's plumbing areas in search of the golden egg, which Ron has dropped into one of the pipes.
Oh, Ron.
Silly Ron.
Drop Transfiguration for the game.
Ron has the egg drop suit.
That's right.
I feel like if we started doing transfigurations that the video game made from the books, it'd be a long time.
In the Order of the Phoenix video game, the trio can go in there freely into the bathroom. And the golden egg still sits in the tub and screeches its noise unless the tub is filled enough with water to cover it. And that's kind of cool. Let's keep moving through those. Is there any other things worth saying? Listeners, that's everything worth saying.
And some of what wasn't worth saying.
That's correct. But that wraps up our discussion for the first chapter, chapter 25. Moving on now to chapter 26, the second task. Thank you, Jessie, for having your book open so I can see that information. I could have just turned a page right there. Did anybody need a break before we begin?
Not I.
Not I, says
Has
Jonathan.
anyone ever taken you up on that?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Chapter 26, the second task. Hermione says, "Hey, you said you figured that egg out weeks ago." And Harry's like, "Yeah, well, I lied."
I kind of like that opening because it's like the situation where you lie and then you have something really important to tell, but telling that will reveal that you actually previously lied.
That's
It's like,
me.
oh, well.
That's me with Jessie's book. I tell her I'm gonna read that chapter tonight, and then I don't. You're supposed to like she wants my advice, because I'm so knowledgeable about this
Oh,
stuff.
of course.
Of like what I think of her book, but I don't. It's so much easier to make edits in the Google Doc. But it tells her what time I made those.
So she
So it's like,
screams
do I make this comment or?
So I screenshot it and I'll show it to her the next time I hang out with her. Like, yeah, I definitely read it at that time. I'm a liar. Anyway, Harry says, "Yeah, I lied. My next note is poor Flitwick. I love it so much." Him just
I
going,
love this scene. Okay,
Get
in
thrown
the
around the house.
audiobook, the screaming in the background.
Wonderful.
The
Oh
audiobook.
my gosh.
That you didn't figure out.
Ow.
It's so funny.
Someone gift it to me.
I have like 5 credits.
I have 12. I'm just
What are
I'm
you?
just lazy.
Get out. Harry tells them what happened the night before. Ron says, "Y'all, I knew it. New idea. It's probably Snape."
Hermione's like, "Remember we did this once before."
We've been here before.
Hermione says, "Kobe," because she gets the pillow in the bucket.
I was like, "Where are we going with this? Is it Kobe beef?"
They debate Snape and Crouch some more, and then I love this so much because it allows me to say a joke. So Hermione says Kobe again because she gets the pillow in the. I almost forgot it again. She gets the pillow in the bucket a second time. And last night, Bailey and I were watching this anime. Listeners, I've changed so much. I used to love shonen anime, like just only that. Now I watch slice of life and romance anime more than anything else. I love the vibes. I love the low stakes. It makes me laugh so much and it's so wholesome. But we're watching this one and it's so funny. And it's just about this like young couple, but it's a cute little girlfriend and she like scores a basket. They're playing basketball together. He's like, the bit for the show is the guy, even though this girl is like his tiny little girlfriend, he can never beat her at any game. And not tiny in like the weird way, listeners. I know what you're thinking when I say that about anime. It's not that tiny. Not that tiny. But anyway, she scores a basket on him and she says, "Kobe." And then when she scores the second one, she goes, "Kobe again." I thought that was funny. Anyway, so
That was great.
Yeah, that's a great segue. Do it
I'm
again.
glad you were able to tell that joke.
it sounded so much better. Listen, it was so funny when it happened on the show that I was like, Bailey and I were cracking up laughing, like, that's so funny. And you got to believe me, listen.
You had to be
Wait, so
there.
what's
What's the show? What's the
Yeah,
show?
you gotta tell the show. Oh, you don't know this.
I don't know the name of it. It's like
Future Barry.
Future Barry will come back in and say the name
We
of the show
request your
because it's like
presence.
the name isn't even given an English title. You know how sometimes it has a Japanese title and they'll give it a
Or
new
it's like
English
super
title?
long, like I went into this universe and suddenly
It
I
wouldn't be
encountered
that
beans
perfect.
and I it's like what are you talking
No,
about?
it's not.
When the boyfriend can't ever beat his tiny girlfriend.
Yeah, like it literally
No.
just something like that.
Anyway, back to Harry Potter. You guys
That's why
trying to
we're here.
sidetrack us. Harry also says Kobe because he gets it in there as
Yeah.
well. Somebody
Yeah.
remembered that in Quidditch. Kobe a third time.
Yeah.
Harry writes
Saved by Kobe,
Saved by Kobe.
apparently.
Harry writes a letter to Sirius, and then he starts trying to figure out breathing underwater. So many of my notes are just one word because I was holding my baby at this moment. I wrote down Ron's idea, LOL. I think it was, he was like, you should just summon
Oh, the
yourselves.
The
Yeah,
aqua
the
Yeah.
aqua lungs.
Yeah, some aqua lungs. And they're like, that wouldn't work because you would like
Breach the
the statute of secrecy.
Yeah,
secrecy.
Hermione's like, Muggle's gonna see the aqua lungs
But-
flying off the shelf.
And it's a great point. But her counterpoint is stupid.
Yeah,
She,
oh yeah.
she goes, he should just transfigure himself into a submarine.
What in the world?
Are we in third grade? Like,
Well, I'm like, how I don't know how all transfiguration works. If you're transfiguring something alive, and well, I mean, I guess it happens. I'm just not sure that would be good practice for you to be like, now I'm a submarine. How are you gonna save?
I
and
don't know.
Ron
It
makes
doesn't
a
Very
make
good
any
problematic.
sense. Well, that's why one of my favorite lines that I'll read later is Harry's response to that. Because, like, Hermione, that's a dumb thing.
So anyway, they spend all their free time researching for Harry. No dice, though. Time flies by, and it's 2 days before the task. That was almost a question. I was going to be like, how many days before the task did Sirius's letter show up? But I didn't ask it. Anyway, yay! I was there. It's a short letter, though. Boo. And it says, send note of next Hogsmeade trip, weekend after next. Or no, so it says, send note of next Hogsmeade trip. And Hermione jumps in, weekend after next. And I was like, that's not a number, Hermione. Because there's so many times I'll be like, Bailey, what's the date of this? And she goes, it's next Tuesday. And I was like, that's not helpful.
That's not
I
the
need the
date.
number. I need the number.
Well, I think it's funny, too, because Ron was like, why do you think he wants to know? I'm like, why do you think?
Yeah,
Like, let's
put
put the
it
options
together.
here.
Well, what's
It's like, Bill, use your brain, Ronald.
Probably because what?
it was also like funny to me because I've already recorded the episode for those chapters. I recorded it a long time ago. I feel bad for my guest host on that one. I just kind of brain fart scheduling. It's going to be like 6 weeks from the time I record that episode to when it comes out.
Wow.
We're going to be in different world events.
Yeah.
I know. But like when I was reading this chapter, I was like, he already hung out with Siri. I don't remember a second Hogsmeade trip. But that's not what happens, listeners. Anyway, I also thought it was funny that Harry was like, dope. I didn't ask him for help at all on how to breathe underwater. That's the second time he didn't get help from
I
Sirius on the
know.
task.
He missed out on Sirius's dragon trick, and now
But he sends his letter, though, and so off to Care of Magical Creatures they go. Scroot Watch 1994. They're down to how many, Jessie?
only 2.
Only 2! But they ain't learning about Scroots, though. They're still on unicorns. Hagrid's like, yeah, I know a lot about them, but they're boring. And it's the audiobook. It's really
Oh
fun.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
I liked how Jim Dale didn't do it this way, but the Mark Addy, who voices Hagrid in this, he even sounds really bored. when
Yeah,
he's talking
he
like
says
they're
this
golden and they're fawns. And it's all whatever. If you like that, whatever. Bing even got fangs. I got a fang. Harry checks in on Harry. Hagrid checks in on Harry though, and he's super sweet. You know, he's like, I'm not worried about you one bit. You're gonna rock this challenge. You're gonna be awesome. You got that clue worked out, right? Harry's like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just keep that smile on your face.
That's right. You're going to win, Harry. That's
I
not how he
just know
sounds,
it.
but night before the task and procrastination has caught up to Harry finally. I understand. They're all cramming in the library, but they're getting nowhere.
Okay, I love the series of book titles.
Yeah.
They're
Yes,
so funny.
They're so entertaining.
You know what's a shame is I was asked, literally, I was about to take notes on this chapter before I did the Harry Potter trivia podcast.
Mhm.
And one of the questions was, what was the name of one of these books? Jonathan would have gotten it right, but I did not. Anyway, Ron tells Harry, I love his idea. Just go out to the lake, yell at the mer people, you know. Okay, I've sidetracked us a little bit, but this is another one. So, you know, he says, go out there, yell at them, and if like just hope that they obey. Like this, he's like, hope they obey your command. And my comment here, I said romantasy post. And so the other day I saw on Threads,
I'm scared of what's gonna happen.
I saw on Threads a huge like thread of people talking about men in romantasy books and like how to write them better and such. And one of the complaints was just like how men are always growling in romantasy books.
Oh yeah.
and like a lot of the women would chime in saying like, oh yeah, if he growled at me, I'd whatever he asked for, because that's how women sound, you know. And I was like just picturing Harry going out to the lake, you know, like, just getting his little growl on. But forget I said anything, listeners. If he says it with enough of a growl, I'm sure they would listen.
Before we move too far, I feel like does anyone else feel like they should probably be able to find something that's useful in all of these library books?
I thought that too. I was like, there's no way they didn't read all of these books and come across anything. And like
maybe Hermione's not that good at the library.
Yeah,
picking the library books.
This is about Hermione's dumbest moment. I'm like, you're telling me in her 4 years of book reading, Hermione's never come across the bubblehead charm?
Well, yeah, it's like if this is a charm that is relatively, I mean, Fleur uses it, Cedric uses it. So, like, what were they taught that in 5th year,
I think they
6th
said
year?
It's 6th year.
And like book 5, a lot of people use it a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, like, why would you, if something is regularly taught at your school in the next year that you're about to go into,
you would have heard of it.
You should be able to find that somewhere.
I think Hermione is just like what she's only good with books on the book list. You know, if she hasn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, I feel
she's like, maybe you should be a submarine.
Yeah.
That's all I got. If you can't figure that out.
Yeah, I don't like
know.
Harry has a bunch of upperclassmen friends. Like you're telling me Fred and George and, you know, Angelina.
Who are very good at magic.
Yeah, none of them had like, oh yeah, we learned this in class. Like
No.
Anyway,
so Ron tells Harry, yell at him. Obviously, Harry's got a growl. But Harry says, I should have been an animagus. You know, I should have just been a what kind of animal? Don't say it, anybody, because that's the listener's question for this week. I do like where Hermione goes, I should just, like, I don't want a spell to turn my nose hair into ringlets. And Fred and George come walking up. We would love that.
that
Thanks
was
for a
almost
great
one of my
conversation piece.
questions.
But they show
Ringlets?
up. Yeah, like,
Nose hairs into ringlets.
listeners, you didn't see it, but we all did.
Like little curlies.
But Fred and George, they take Hermione and Ron. They're like, y'all got to come with us to McGonagall's office. So they roll out. And then 8 o'clock comes around, and Harry gets kicked out of the library by that mean old pants. He heads up to the common room to study. Again, no dice, though. However, Crookshanks, good boy that he is, tries to comfort him. Okay, good Crookie. And audiobook, I love him purring in the background.
The whole time.
You gotta get the book.
Oh my God. It's going through the paragraphs and you just hear.
You have the purring in the background.
This is also a good object lesson on how you can guilt someone and shame someone into doing something with social pressure.
Definitely. I've been pressured.
Under pressure.
We know where one of those credits is going.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Excuse me, I'm trying to get the water down so I'm not.
Oh,
Back
but the
around.
listeners love that, don't you?
You should say that with more of a growl. That was kind of sexy. You love that. Ooh, okay, keeping that in. So Harry, he's in the common room. Crookshanks on the lap. But he pictures giving up, and then he starts thinking of all these different faces. You know, Malfoy flashing the Potter stinks badge. And he sees all these different things. People getting upset. Fleur calling him a stupid little boy. But I love this so much. The face that like brings him to be like, I can't give up. It's Hagrid. He sees Hagrid's like disappointed face and he's like, no, I got to keep it going. So he stands up, takes off Crookshanks in the process because he forgot Crookshanks was on his lap. Were you about to say something? You look like chomping at the bit.
No, I was just, I wanted to make sure you didn't skip over the Crookshanks.
Okay.
That's good stuff.
Harry has insulted a lot of animals in this book because he's always insulting Hedwig, and now he ruined Crookshanks' nap.
But Harry gets his cloak and heads back to the library. It's weird dream time because, he falls asleep. The mermaid's playing keep away with his firebolt. And then he's getting a lot of little pokes. He's like, don't poke me. Dobby must poke Harry Potter. You got 10 minutes, bro, but I can't do it. Yes, you can. Deus Ex Dobby is here with some of your gillyweed. I know I skipped over a lot of stuff there, Jonathan, but I hope it's okay.
Oh, well,
That's okay.
I want to, my favorite book title.
To me.
No, I know you have to say it. Sorry to me. No, I want to read my favorite book title. It's Powers You Never Knew You Had and What to Do with Them Now That You're Wised Up.
Sounds like a puberty book. Whoa! Look what I can do. Okay, so Dobby gives him the gillyweed, and he's also like, also, they got your bro.
They got your Weezy.
You're Wheezy.
I know.
What?
Corey's going to be so sad she wasn't on this
You're
episode.
Corey the Wheezy.
Yeah. Anyway, bye. Dobby's got to go back to the kitchens. And then Harry books it on out of there. Oh, I just wrote, out of my way, Creevy boys, because, he pushes both of them over.
Boom.
He runs up to the judges. I'm here. Splatters Fleur with a bunch of mud. Love that. My next note is, come on, Percy, because Percy's like trying to tell him off, like, you were so late.
Okay,
and I'm so important now that I'm a judge.
I have a theory about that because how Percy reacts at the end of the task, I wonder if he was actually really concerned about Ron and was like, Harry, you got to come and save Ron, because when Ron comes up out of the water, he's like super like, Ron, here's blanket, like, are you okay? And
you think
so
he knew that Ron had been taken?
Yeah, he knew.
Because the judges know what the task is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a little, it's on subject. We're talking about Harry Potter.
That's right.
How do you think the people were chosen? Because I'm thinking about like some of the selections.
They
like
looked
obviously
at their Snapchat list of best friends, and they were like, "Who's their number one?"
Yeah, it's like.
Well, no, I think it says a lot about Fleur, because how I took it is she doesn't have any friends, so the only person that she cares
You don't
about
think
is her sister.
No, that's
She just
heartwarming.
loves her
She loves her
sister.
sister so
You
much.
can interpret it both ways, though.
But-
Of course.
And then Ron is like Harry's brother.
Yeah, that makes
Crumb.
sense. Crumb, that's the
He
thing
doesn't
that's
care about
weird.
nobody.
It's like,
He's
what?
Like this girl I just met.
Yeah.
She's reading in the library, and that's pretty cool.
And she doesn't even talk to me.
I don't know
sometimes.
anybody that can read.
No one reads it. They're
Hermonini knows how to read.
So I was like, what did they didn't interview, like, what are you going to miss most? I don't know. I was just interested in what that process might have looked like.
That's a good
And
question.
how it's like, oh yeah, Crumb, clearly it's Hermione.
So Ludo lines them all up. Last chance to cheat, Harry. You want to do that? No? All right. So showtime, off they
He's
go.
like, nah, I've been cheating this whole
Well,
time, friend.
the funny thing is,
I don't need you.
I don't need your cheating
got
because
so
I've
many
got my
sources.
own.
I always wonder, like, if Harry had showed up unprepared, would he have been like, yeah, Ludo, what do you got?
Yeah.
Anything at this
Help
point,
me out,
Alex.
my man. I'm about to
And even
yell
taught him the bubblehead charm.
in a growling
Yeah,
voice.
guess he probably would have known that. So showtime, off they go. Harry takes off his shoes and socks, and then he munches down onto the gillyweed. I've always really enjoyed this scene of him just kind of flopping around, like as the school laughs at him. Moment's always stuck out in my mind. He's just like, because these other champions are so like on the ball, like they know what they're doing, and then this idiot fourth year shows up who shouldn't be in the task, and he's like, he's super late. I'm here, like covering people in mud, and then he's like, "Okay, let's go." And he's just flopping around.
He like doesn't even know what's gonna happen.
and it's really made funnier by the fact that he is the first one to get to all of the people. Like he
Yeah.
would have won, and so it's just
Yeah. Well,
Harry.
so I think it's funny too, because the gillyweed here is described as it's supposed to be disgusting,
Mhm.
but I read this and I'm like, so it says that it tastes like octopus tentacles, and I love octopus, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Mm,
too.
that sounds great."
I've never had octopus.
It's
Very
good. I
good.
like it. And so the like way it describes it, and I'm like, clearly she's never had octopus
Yeah.
before.
Or she doesn't like seafood. I don't know.
She's so. I don't have a word. I don't have a word.
Uncultured.
And that's the word. That's the word. So anyway, it ain't looking good. But then what? What's that? He's got gills now. And he plunges on down. Harry's a
Good
fish
thing he
boy.
took off his socks and shoes.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's a good point. All right.
Mhm.
He's got flippers and fins. And he
Never mind. I'll
What?
say it later. It's a movie change that I
Yeah.
was gonna say was silly.
Oh yeah, the flip.
No,
I
think
love
it's-
the flip.
I think it's silly.
I love the flip too. I don't think that one's silly. But in the movie, he's late and everything, and he runs down. But then he's in his swimsuit and like dressed and ready
Yeah.
to go with the rest
Mhm.
of
He's
them.
got
And
his fit on.
yeah, in the books, he just stumbles in, takes off his shoes. and,
Yeah, he
like-
stays in his robes in the book.
Yeah.
That's like on a lot of the.
Yeah.
It's not on this one, but it's on a lot of the different
Yeah.
covers for the fourth book. Not on yours either. Harry, he's a fish boy now with flippers and fins. He heads further into the lake. It's a cool, spooky description talking about like
Yeah.
the dark, murky water.
There's
and
really
the
good
seaweed
imagery.
floating up.
And the
I wrote down the page number, but I'm not going to it. There's a Grindylow
Take that,
attack.
past Barry.
That's right. There's a Grindylow attack, and they try to drag him away, and he hits him with a little bubbly relatio. Somebody remember that in Quizzitch. He skirts on out of there, firing over his shoulder, and they shake their fists. I love that. Just grrr.
you meddling kids.
Yep. He runs into Myrtle, and she points him along the way, but she's like, "I'm not coming with you. They always chase me when I get too close." But 20 minutes later, about 20 minutes later, the text says, the cool song starts playing. Really awesome audiobook song. And then there's a
Yeah.
cool painting. I love the painting. That, like with it looks like all the mer people are like fighting the squid or something. But he goes to this cool little town, and Harry thinks, y'all look better in your photos.
Yeah.
That's not at all what they
He's
look like.
like, the mermaid in the bathroom is like pretty and blonde, and you guys are not.
No. And I wrote down, "Aw, pet Grindylow," because they got a
Yeah.
Grindylow on a freaking chain.
Oh,
And-
I like the description of just their little village.
Mhm.
So cool.
yeah.
Yeah, and I also enjoyed they have their hands up and they're just gossiping about
Yeah.
Harry. I shouldn't cover my own mouth. They're podcast, but they're just gossiping about Harry as he goes through. Harry makes it to the Mertown Square and he sees the prisoners: Ron, Hermione, Cho, and Fleur's sister. But they're fine though. They're just sleeping. That's my note.
No,
Sleeping.
they're
No.
sleeping.
And they're tied up, and Harry tries to get one of the mermaid's spears. He's just laughing like, "Nah, bro, this is mine."
Dude, can we talk about the boldness?
Yeah.
Like, I can get asking, but then, like, the merman says
Yeah.
no, and it's like, okay, well,
And
give it to
give it
me.
to
with
me
the
now.
description, okay, this was one of my Quizzitch questions, but he's a 7-foot tall merman with a long green beard
I
and a
would've gotten that.
choker of shark fangs.
Yeah,
and
a
this is
choker?
who Harry tries to take a spear from.
Well,
Yeah,
he
it's not
stabbed the
happening.
basilisk in the mouth.
Yeah.
I think he's.
Yeah, okay,
Right.
okay, yeah.
No, but I did remember. I would have gotten rid of it.
Sure.
I can say that. I can say that now. So, so he tries to take the spear, not happening. But no worries. Harry finds ... a rock.
And not just any rock.
That's what I wrote down. Not just. Did you read it?
No.
I wrote that, not just any rock, a pointy one. It says a jagged one in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
text,
yeah.
but a pointy one. So he gets Ron free, and he's
so
like,
this is another thing that I always wondered, like, why in the movies they have Cedric use his wand. Why didn't anyone think to use the wand?
because Harry didn't know any spell.
A relatio. I think that would have worked on this.
I don't-
too.
Maybe
It might have
they
also
didn't want
boiled
to-
their skin.
yeah, hit
No, on the
them.
rope. They
I
use
don't
it.
think Relatio is a slicing spell.
Yeah,
No, I think the way it was
He also
described,
has
the way that
Defender
it used
he
in the.
used on Cedric's bag. I don't know.
He did use Defendo earlier, and that probably should have been the move. It's a good point, Jesse. Good point. So he gets Ron, and he's like, "Hey, where are the others?" Oh, and I wrote down, "You're just that good, Harry, that you show up first."
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I wonder where everyone else was.
They didn't have Lupin teach him how to deal with the Grindylows
That's
in the
right.
last
That's
year.
true.
I tried to say true and right, and I said that's trite.
That's true.
But he goes to get Hermione free, and he's told, "Nope, that's against company policy." And then my note in the parentheses was, "That's against the rules," and it's not Dobby. It's Gollum. It's Gollum in The Hobbit when he's complaining.
Not fair. Yeah.
Thank you,
I'm
thank
with
you.
you. Sorry, I wasn't with you at
Appreciate
the
it.
start, and then that was good.
So Harry, he makes the tragic sin, or almost does, of about to make 2 grocery trips. You know, bringing them and saying, like, I'll just take Ron back and come back and get another one.
No, you get them all in
Which-
one.
That's right.
You know, if he had decided to do that, then he would have won and everyone would have been saved. So
Could have.
But he couldn't let it go.
He couldn't let it go. So he goes to check his watch, and sadly, it was not waterproof. He needed a Garmin. Mer people are like, wait, what's that? It's Cedric. He's like, sorry, got lost. The others are coming. And my question was like, how does he know and what were they doing? Like, were all the other champions were they hanging out together like, ha ha, Harry?
He's like, oh, you took a wrong turn.
Also, he brought a knife. It's not a jagged rock, but it works
Probably
just the
better.
same. Mayhaps. But he gets Cho and he dips on out of there. He's like, LOL, she's mine, Harry, and leaves. Also, Crumb shows up, almost bites Hermione, and Harry's like, bro, just use my rock. Gives him his rock.
I thought that part was so funny.
But what's even worse is he drops the rock. He drops the rock whenever he leaves, and that's not nice.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I got so scared. I turned the page, listeners, and there was no notes. I just skipped a page on accident. But he drops the rock, and that's not nice.
Okay, so they made multiple notes to this transfiguration that Crumb did, and it's as if it's all critical, I guess, as if, you know, he was supposed to have this full transfiguration, but oh no, well, he, you know, at least he got a head that was a shark. But I'm thinking, isn't it better that he only had a head for the sake of like actually rescuing someone? Like,
Well,
I don't know
think-
how
I
well
think
you're going to
the
be able to do
point-
that as a full shark.
I think the point of it was he was supposed to have like a working shark head, but he mangled the shark head because it says the teeth were all wonky, and so he meant to have a shark head and keep other limbs, but even the shark's head was a mess. Is what I read.
It's like
it as.
Ditto turning
Interesting.
into a shark head.
Yeah.
That was not my read.
I also thought that he was supposed to turn into a full shark, and I feel like the reasoning might have been I can get there faster.
That's true.
Speed.
But you going to use your little finnies to, I
I
don't
don't
know,
think he
like...
thought that far because they don't know exactly who's or what's at the
Yeah,
end.
that's true.
So
Yeah.
he maybe scoop it into my mouth and just
Here you
He's
go.
not a pelican.
Here you go. Terrible Nini.
Remember what was isn't there a fish movie where they stay in the shark's mouth?
No, they stay in a whale's mouth in Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
And Jonah,
I swear
we don't know
no,
what he did,
because
but he
the
was in
one
some
there's like
fish.
one he's like, I'm not gonna eat them, and they're like in his mouth. Isn't that Finding Nemo? Y'all.
It's some other romantasy book that you're not.
Oh.
A shark's thing.
I'm gonna figure this out and I'm gonna send it later.
That's right, listeners. Right into Emily. Right into the
I
original
was
podcast.
Emily, is it like a fish tail?
I feel like
I
it
think
is.
maybe that's a fish
A
tail.
shark tail?
Shark's tail.
Or
Shark
shark
tail?
tail or
fish-
something. There's another
I
movie
don't
that's like
know.
Finding Nemo copy.
Yeah.
Is it the one where they start out with a
Rip-off?
big car wash?
It's like Will Smith.
But they're
and
not
Shark
cars.
Fish.
Gosh, it has my sister had a baby and then she died and it only has no arms and no legs or like something like that.
I don't know.
I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
After no sign of Fleur, Harry decides it's time to act. The mer people try to stop him, and he says, "Halt! I got a wand, and I'm not afraid to use it."
Except to advance my position in this.
And it backs them down. And I wrote down his countdown is funny. So he puts up three fingers, and he goes 1, 2, 3. But like listeners didn't see that, but for each one he put a finger down, so it's like the opposite
Yeah.
way
He
that you're
starts
supposed
at
to do
3
it.
and says 1.
Yeah, he's counting down with the fingers,
It's like that's
counting up with the words.
Yeah, it
Come
doesn't-
on.
And he's not that smart.
That didn't get edited in this.
I will say to his defense, starting at 3, I think his fingers were right. The words are what's off
That's right.
because he needed to communicate 3.
Mm-hmm.
but then
Yeah, that was
because
the
if
way
you
to
just
do it.
start coming up with one,
He just keeps going.
Oh,
4,
I can't
5,
count.
6. They're like,
Yeah.
wow.
1.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good job.
But he gets her free, her being Fleur's sister, and rolls on out of there. He has some hard swimming, and the mer people are following him. And Harry's like, I hope they don't attack me. But they don't. My note was that they show off in revenge because they're like, he's having a hard time swimming, and they're over there like cartwheeling and circling him. But he's getting close. He's got no more flippers. I wrote down, he's not Flipperella anymore.
Flipperella.
You get it? You get it?
The clock struck midnight.
That's right. Or 10:30, because Jessie said it.
You're right.
Anyway, he makes it. Yay! And he's even got his mer posse with him, okay? Because all the mer people rise up, all these little green heads everywhere. Kind of cute. Or picture Toy Story, all the green aliens. Like
The
Harry.
claw.
The Harry. Harry what? But anyway, Ron and the girl wake up. LOL Ron. Because he's like, you dumb head, Harry. Dumbledore wasn't going to let anybody die. Which, okay, I do want to say this. Because I've listened to a bunch of people cover this on different podcasts. Talking about how stupid Harry was for thinking that Dumbledore would let these people die. And I'm a huge Dumbledore defender. I am. But have we been to Hogwarts?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was that much of a stretch to think. And he's been told constantly, people die in this tournament. So I don't think it was dumb of him to think
Well,
somebody was gonna die.
Dumbledore was said, we're taking precautions this year. Everyone's going to be safe.
And then immediately that's followed by a 4th year getting in. You know, so it's not like...
Yeah.
I would say, to me, it's not that if Harry sat down and thought about it, he would come to the conclusion, yeah, these people might actually die. To me, it's more of the context where he's leading up, frantically searching for any sort of way that he can possibly do this. He falls asleep while still not knowing. He's 10 minutes late, wakes up, he's got to run, bolt there. He's got no time to think. And then he's in the moment, he's in the spot, and he like says multiple times, he's like, when he's out of the water, he sees clearly, like, oh yeah, I was being dumb. But when you're there and you're in it and you're going, and it's like, no, this is someone that I love, and they're just hanging here in the ocean. And
I do get that, and I like it for the character of Harry. Like, I think it is enjoyable that this was his experience. And I do think it's not fair because Harry had 3 people there that he cared about. His little crush and his 2 best friends. So I feel like they should have thought, like, yeah, this might be a little confusing for Harry because...
Just put a name tag on each person.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, Crumb's like, I don't care about these folks.
Well, Harry shows up and he's like, I guess I'll get Cho? I've been wanting her.
Like, no one else
Cedric shows up. Which one am I supposed to get?
No one else had that dilemma of, like, if Ron went down there and 3 of his siblings are there and he has to pick which sibling he likes the best.
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that before. So yeah.
So give Harry a break.
Give
I mean,
Harry
come on, people.
But he even
Moral
saved the girl.
fighter.
Oh, no.
And I do.
did.
So
I was gonna say too, that he did this gives me my favorite lines. So like,
But you're right, because I mean, if he didn't have the initial conflict of interest where he's like, well, I have to save Hermione too, and it was just people that he didn't know as much as he didn't know Fleur's sister, he probably would have only gotten Ron and left. But it was because he already had like that initial spark of like, wait, these are people that also need to be saved.
yeah.
That I think that extended on to the person he didn't know.
And to your point of like being in the moment, that's what he even says to Ron of like, okay, you weren't there. Like,
Yeah, it's-
even though
Have you
Ron
seen
was
those
there, but he
creepy
was-
mer people that looked like they could kill Sucker?
Did you see the 7-foot tall one with the
Yeah.
choker?
he's like,
He
yeah,
was
they're-
so scary, I tried to steal his sphere.
It didn't even work when I growled at him. I did my patented growl. But Harry, understandably, a bit annoyed. Like I said, you weren't down there, bro. But he was. He was just sleeping. They make it to shore. Aw, Percy. Because, you know, Percy comes on out. Just,
Oh,
Ron, I missed it.
Percy.
You okay? And y'all, it was the Grindylows. That's what Fleur says.
Grindylows.
But Hermione's like, you did it all by yourself. And Harry's like, yeah, for sure. Because it says he raises his voice a little more so
Yeah.
that
He's
Cat
like,
off.
oh, is
Hacker off.
anyone listening? Yes.
And I hate how many times I've said this episode. but Crumb in the audiobook. I love it so much because he
I
does.
actually like how much you've said that.
But I just like how, because the impression that the text gives is that he's like vying for Hermione's attention, and that's even how he sounds a lot. Like it's portrayed very well by the voice actors.
He's like in the
Hermione,
background.
Look at me. He's got the water beetle in your
Okay. I don't know,
that's not
Barry,
how
do
it
you
sounds.
have this issue where when you read Kakarot, you keep inserting Kakarot?
Oh, from like
Dragon
Dragon Ball.
Ball.
Kakarot. That's funny. I might make that the meme. But Dumbledore talks to the Mer Chieftainess, whose name is.
Marcus.
I really thought you weren't going to get that.
I stopped it because it was weird.
I
Yeah.
would have gotten the essence, but I don't know that I would have come up with the right
You would have gotten a half a point.
I think I saw
I would have
like
gotten it.
chieftainess or something, and I was like, that is
Well, because
a
I
word.
thought,
And then I saw Marcus right after.
yeah. Well, I
Marcus.
thought it was Marcus, and then I was like, but it said it was a girl.
Yeah.
So then I was.
And I was also like, oh my gosh, girl leader, let's go, girl
I
power.
knew that. But yeah, Harry's like, yeah, for sure. Water beetle. Blah, 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 blah. Fleur gives Harry.
a water beetle.
Water-
Fleur gives Harry and Ron a little kiss. And the champions get their points. I didn't write them down. But I know that
I know.
Fleur got, I think, 25.
25.
Okay. Crumb got
40.
40, and Cedric got 47?
Yes.
45.
45.
They-
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Cedric got
No,
47, Harry got 45.
Yeah.
So anyway, Harry was last, but only because he's a super cool moral fiber dude.
Yeah.
Yay! Everyone is cheering Harry on. Hermione and Ron the absolute most. Crumb is still like, notice me. Ludo tells them that task 3 is on the 24th of June. I also thought that would be a question. So I said
It was
24th of
one of
June,
my.
24th of June.
I, know
I
it
didn't
was
know.
one
I
of
would
mine.
have lost that.
And it was over. Harry's happy again. He's like, yay, I can procrastinate even more now.
He's like,
I
don't have to.
I
worry
didn't
about
learn
that."
my lesson at all.
So we're gonna get Dobby some sakis in the next chapter.
Oh, I love that line. That's one of my faves.
For every day of the year. And that's the end of the chapter. Yay! Moving on now to our favorite lines. And as I'm looking at my page, I see I didn't write so I do have them in here. But
I
Jessie,
feel
kick
like
us off.
There'll probably be a lot of overlap because there's some really good ones in this.
Mhm.
Okay, I could go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, this is Hermione saying, "Yeah, just transfigure yourself into a submarine." And then Harry says, "Yeah, I don't fancy walking around with a periscope sticking out of my head," said Harry. "I suppose I could always attack someone in front of Moody. He might do it for me." and then this part, "I don't think he'd let you choose what you wanted to be turned into, though," said Hermione seriously.
She's really considering it.
She's like,
Like, I don't know if ferret would do you much good
yeah.
down there.
like Hermione, he's joking. I just thought that was really funny that Hermione took him at his word.
Absolutely. Jonathan?
This is at the beginning when they're talking about, what happened with Crouch and with Moody and all that. And Hermione says, that Dumbledore's not stupid. He was right to trust Hagrid and Professor Lupin, even though loads of people wouldn't have given them jobs. So why shouldn't he be right about Snape, even if Snape's a bit evil? Ron said promptly. I thought that was a good interjection because it's like, well, I mean, it is true that even not even knowing all
Even
the,
not even.
even not even, yeah, sorry guys.
Well, didn't we just have like Hermione get roasted by Snape for her teeth?
I don't notice a difference.
Yeah, like the man's got
Yeah, he's kinda
problems.
My first favorite line, coming from the beginning of the chapter when they are in Charms class. Just forget the egg for a minute, all right? Harry hissed as Professor Flitwick went whizzing resignedly that's the key word, resignedly, past them,
He said,
landing on
"Ah."
top of a large cabinet. I'm trying to tell you about Snape and Moody, but just like you said.
This is the way that
just
it
love
must
that.
be.
Anything for the students. Emily.
All right. I'm going to try to do my best Dobby impression.
Oh, heck yeah.
Harry Potter has to go into the lake and find his Weasley. Find my what? And take his Weasley back from the mer people. what's a wheezy? I like how it alludes to like what's been taken, but Harry's still like, I just woke up. I don't know.
I don't, if they haven't casted Dobby already for the HBO
Don't.
movie or TV show, they should put you in on it. Jessie, what's another one of yours?
Okay. I gotta have my giant squid. So when Harry's looking at the mer people and he takes out his wand and he says, there might be a lot more of them than there were him, but Harry could tell by the looks on their faces that they knew no more magic than the giant squid did. And I just think that's like a really funny bluff because Harry doesn't know what he's gonna do, but they don't know that. And then I think it's funny because the giant squid's always like a really cool dude, but he like mentions earlier that he's afraid of the giant squid, but the giant squid saved Dennis Creevy. He's not gonna do anything to
And he
you.
takes toast.
Yeah.
I also just, when I read that, I was like, it sounded very insulting of Harry just being like, but they're stupid.
Yeah.
So what are they gonna do? It's like, Harry, they have their own society down here.
They have their own language.
Jonathan?
Harry's feeling of stupidity was growing. Now that he was out of the water, it seemed perfectly clear that Dumbledore's safety precautions wouldn't have permitted the death of a hostage just because their champion hadn't turned up. And we'd already kind of talked about that bit, but I liked that dawning, and then just the clarity of, when you're out of the moment, there's kind of a sobering impact that has, where you can look back and say, well, duh. But when you're in the heat of the moment, it's like, huh?
I've had plenty of moments like that where I told a joke thinking that the whole room would love it. And it was like, why did I think that? Why on earth did it
Like
happen
my
in this room?
anomaly.
Anyway, one of my other ones, Hermione in the library. She seemed to be taking the library's lack of useful information on the subject as a personal insult.
Yeah, that was funny.
It had never failed her before. Emily.
Both of them had opened their eyes. The girl looked scared and confused, but Ron merely expelled a great spout of water, blinked in the bright light, turned to Harry and said, wet, this, isn't it? Then he spotted Fleur's sister. What did you bring her for? And I don't know. I just think it's funny that Ron, like, Harry's so stressed, and then Ron gets to the surface, like, why? Like, what are we doing?
Just critiquing everything that he did. You don't know.
And
you
like
weren't
Harry's
there.
like all brave and like, I got all of them out. And Ron's like, why did you do that?
It's like one of my little catchphrases is like, that's a funny way of saying thank you. Jessie.
So, literally continuing right down from what Emily was reading. Harry, you prat, said Ron. You didn't take that song thing seriously, did you? Dumbledore said, wouldn't have let any of us drown. The song said, it was only to make sure you got back inside the time limit, said Ron. I hope you didn't waste time down there acting the hero. And then Harry felt both stupid and annoyed.
Jonathan, did you have any more?
I think that's good for me.
Cashed out. One of mine, at the end of the task, you saved her, she said breathlessly, even though she was not your hostage. And then Harry, yeah, said Harry, who was now heartily wishing he'd left all three girls tied to the statue. Emily, did you have any more?
I do. This is personal to me, but it's when Crumb says, you have a water beetle in your hair, Hermione. Because I found that at 12 years old and I was like, gold mine. This is my username for everything now.
Water beetle.
Spelled exactly like that. Hermione.
Oh, and you got it?
Yes. That's
Very
my
good.
Spotify. That's my TikTok. That's my
Like and subscribe.
other
Follow.
things. I can't remember.
Other thing that I won't say.
So many. It's on my Instagram now. So.
Heartsick.
Heart.sick.
That's right.
2 C's. No K. Follow me.
And that was all my favorite lines. Jessie, did you have any?
I
more?
have a couple more, but this was not one, but honorable mention is when, and you hoped, yeah, a bit, for Ron. But then
that scene in the movie though, when he says merci, because she kisses him. He says the French word for thank you, but my dumb butt, having grown up watching Full House with Uncle Jesse, always saying mercy, but in the same way of like mercy. Him say, like whenever something was overwhelming to him, that's what I thought he was saying was mercy. Mercy.
So funny.
Anyway.
So then we already talked about this, but Bagman gave Kakarot a very nasty look. Most of the judges feel that this shows moral fiber and merits full remarks. And then Ron says, "There you go, Harry." Ron shouted over the noise, "You are being thick after all. You are showing moral fiber."
Yay.
Moral fiber.
And then my last one is next time he was in Hogsmeade, Harry decided he was as he walked back up to the stone steps into the castle, he was going to buy Dobby a pair of socks for every day of the year.
Oh,
I have an honorable mention.
do it.
It's the fact that Percy is introduced as a bossy, disapproving voice. "Where have you been?" said a bossy, disapproving voice. "The task's about to start." And then Harry looks around and it's Percy.
And it's Percy. Thank you for sharing that. Moving on now, listeners, to our Transfiguration section. Differences that the movies made from the books. First one, this is going to be not in any particular order, but one is that in the movie, it's Neville that gives him the gillyweed, not Dobby.
Dobby
You-
erasure.
I don't know anything about any magical, what does he say? Magical turnip. But you can always try gillyweed. Because Harry's like,
Yeah.
anything about a magical
Does
I screwed it
in the
up.
movie too, they even like plant that whole thing of Moody giving him the book.
Mhm.
Does that even happen?
Yes, it happens in the
Okay.
book and restricted section. So anyway, the other one was in the task, Harry, he doesn't use his famous jagged rock. He just uses his wand to set everybody free.
As he should have in the book.
As he should have in the book. But shout out to the rock. And then
Dwayne the Rock
Dwayne.
Johnson.
If you're listening.
If you're listening,
hey,
shout out.
come on to the pod. I bet you're a souffle poof. On the Harry Potter trivia game show that I was on, one of the contestants was French. And it was actually kind of interesting because sometimes he would be like, "Could you actually give me the French name for that spell?" And then he would be like, he would trigger something. But and he had a French accent and everything. And at one point, because in the trivia show, it's all through the year, it's called Quizzitch Tournament. And I was representing Hufflepuff. And I was like, "That's right, I'm from Hufflepuff, souffle poof," which is how they say it in France. It's the French
Oh,
spelling.
like legitimately.
And he was the only one that chuckled. He was like, "Yes, legitimately." My other transfiguration, Crumb isn't needy in the movie, because he's like walking around trying to like get
He's more
Hermione's
stoic.
attention. Yeah, he's a bit more stoic, and
Why is she paying so much attention to
Mhm.
Harry?
It's because he's growling in the movie. All right. The other one is that Barty is not ill. He is at the task. So this whole thing of Bartinius Crouch being ill, not showing up to things,
The
not a thing.
illest.
He's the illest. In the next chapter, he is very ill.
Spoiler alert.
Next chapter, I guess, because it's 2 from now. However you say that.
Next episode.
That's right. Crowd. Oh, and another thing is that in the movie, the crowd is on the water, like on the stands, but in the book, they're all on the shore, on stands
Yeah,
instead.
Yeah.
Real boring watching
Yep.
this one.
I know.
Super riveting
Oh,
event.
Yeah.
There's bubbles on the surface of the water.
Has it been an hour yet?
Giant
Yes.
squid for
Okay.
This has to be how, giant squid is.
Giant squid halftime.
Yeah, let's go.
This has to be like what it feels like watching the Tour de France, because people line up
Yeah.
for that just for them to go, "Foom."
Phew.
But it's so funny because you see all these people on the sidelines decked out, covered in all this garb, signs and everything. Like, "Yeah, this is what we look forward to. Oh yeah!" And then it's gone in like 8 seconds. I'm sure that's exactly how they're probably tailgating, and doing that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So maybe that's what the crowd did. Seamus was blowing things up. Probably not though, because it's a movie only thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other one is that since in the movie they are on a little platform, the contestants dive into the water rather than like walk up into it. And like you mentioned before, Harry is wearing a bathing suit, and it's pretty dope. Like I like his outfit, and I want to get Cedric's because it's the Hufflepuff one. And then Harry uses Ascendio to get out of the water. So when he is sinking down, they kind of added a little more tension in the movie. In the book, he just makes it up. Even though the fins grow away, he struggles and eventually he makes it. But in the movie, he is going up and the Grindylows start to attack him again. And so he's like, "You guys go on without me." And he throws them up and then he hits them all with a little spell. It's like a static spell. And I always love the little head shake that one of the Grindylows does and flies away. And then Harry's sinking and he's like, "Oh no, this is it. Oh, that's right. I'm a wizard. Ascendio, and then he shoots on out of the water. Also, there's the flip at the beginning of the task. I killed Harry Potter. Yeah. And then I think that's all I got. The last one I was going to say that the points may be different in the movie. The points that they gave, I don't think they actually give them points. They say first, second, third, and fourth place.
Oh, yeah.
And they give Harry second place in the movie, but in the book he gets first.
No.
You get second.
No, I
Yeah.
thought he got 47 points.
He got 4.
No, Cedric got 47. I know, because I was wrong first, and then I looked up what Jonathan said.
Because
See, the
why would he get
difference
first
is
if he
that
could
they
get
did it
first?
exactly the same way.
Just without the point system.
And that's
Yeah.
all the transfigurations. Yay!
That was the more gracious way to say it.
That's right. That's right. Moving on now to our golden snitches.
Ooh, little tids and bits.
Little kids and bits. First one, gillyweed. So, gillyweed, it's endemic to the Mediterranean Sea. Does that mean native? Is that what the word you would use for plant? Its natural.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that's a good context clue.
Its natural environment is salt water. It's green. It's slimy and resembles rat tails.
And tastes like octopus tentacles.
That's right.
Mm.
It was a magical plant when eaten, allowed a human to breathe underwater. It was said, oh, we already said all that. Gave you gills, breathe underwater, webbing between the fingers and toes, all that good stuff. Gillyweed was also an ingredient in Gillyweed Tonic, a drink that was available from at least 1890. So that's probably a Hogwarts legacy thing. First discovered by herbologist Beaumont Marjorie Banks sometime before 1845. However, the magical properties of gillyweed remained unknown until Elladora Ketteridge ate the plant and nearly suffocated, recovering only when she stuck her head into a bucket of water. Gillyweed's properties, along with it being indigenous to indigenous, we got it, to the Mediterranean, might allude to the Greek myth of Glaucus, a mortal who ingested a herb that rendered him aquatic for the rest of his life, who went on to become a minor sea god.
Interesting.
I wonder if he's in the Percy Jackson series. And that's all we got for gillyweed. Yay! Moving on to the next one.
Bubblehead.
That's right, Bubblehead Charm. So the Bubblehead Charm, incantation unknown, was a charm that produced a bubble around the head of the caster, giving them a continuous supply of oxygen, allowing them to breathe where they could not otherwise. It was the most effective spell for breathing underwater or in any environment where fresh air is at a premium, allowing one a supply of oxygen. That's right. You remember why they got to use it next year? Restricted section.
Interesting that can produce oxygen. I mean, functionally it would need to.
Yeah, it's
But
probably
that's a
like a
pretty-
filter that like turns everything that come around it into oxygen. You know.
That's smart.
Behind the scenes, in the films, the charm creates a bubble around the mouth and nose, similar to an oxygen mask, not the entire head.
Looks much cooler.
That was a transfiguration, I could have said.
Yeah, that was a good transfiguration.
And here's what it is unclear why Harry Potter was unable to find information on this spell while researching for the second task. It is possible that the spell was a relatively new invention, not covered in many books as of
Oh.
1995. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I did note that the first book that Hermione reads was so old that it spelled old with an E and charms Charmes.
Mm-hmm.
So old they had extra E's in the title.
My next golden snitch, merpeople, because I think this is the first time they're mentioned, was a silent, sentient, magical beast that lived underwater. They were found all over the world. Their customs and habits were mysterious and, like the centaurs, were offered the being status, but refused in favor of beast, as they did not want to be placed in status with hags and vampires. Merpeople could breathe above the water for a time, but it was unclear if they could ever truly leave their habitat. So it describes them, but the book already did that for us. What just happened? Jonathan saw that. The thing faked me out. Where am I going? Crazy. Merpeople were a sapient species and would qualify for... Okay, I already said that.
They had green hair,
And a hand-me-down
green
robe.
skin.
Merpeople were not capable of speaking human language, though they were perfectly capable of understanding it. Merpeople were famous for their warlike tendencies, warlike tendencies, and their tendency to drag people underwater to their deaths. I read that in the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Okay, but sorry, I'm hung up on we're perfectly capable of understanding it. I mean, is that just like perfectly capable of being
Understanding-
able to understand it?
Of understanding human speech?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah, because
I mean, it was just stated in like a broad brush
Mhm.
of. I mean, it just makes me wonder why in the world Dumbledore would ever need to learn Mermish.
Yeah, I thought
if-
that too.
I wonder
If they
don't
can
have the
understand it.
ability to,
That's a
like,
good point.
enunciate
I-
human
He's
words.
just-
Yeah,
But Dumbledore
unless
was
you're
showing off.
underwater,
Hey,
in
listen.
which case they can sing
He's
in human words. So
I wonder
what
if it's
is
like
the
a
deal with that?
Siren
Yeah.
song, like they can't do it all the time, or it's like too much.
Well, I don't have a problem with them having their own.
we need
random language.
explanations.
Like people around the world.
Well,
have
but it
their own
said they were
language.
like, didn't it not say that they were incapable of speaking in English?
No, it said they were capable of understanding.
no, they were capable, but incapable of speaking it.
Yeah.
So
Really?
how did
Oh,
maybe they had
sick.
someone else record the song? and
They were like,
made
"No,
the
here,
track
here,
underwater?
make it all funky."
But Harry understood them when he was underwater.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe Harry speaks Mermish. The Mer people.
He's a mermal
Uh,
tongue.
Oh my
Edit that.
Oh,
out.
that was one of the decent jokes in this book. It was
decent.
it was why. Oh goodness, what was it? I told
Why
it to
did
you.
they put something in there?
Yeah. Why did the guy put a box in his mouth? Because he wanted to be a parcel tongue.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No, he put.
Oh, like a
Yeah, like a parcel, a parcel
Okay.
mouth.
I get it.
Yeah.
That is kind of clever. History of the Mer people. They dated back to ancient Greece, where they were first known as sirens. But by the modern era, Mer people had spread worldwide. The history of Mer people's relations with wizardkind, or at least the wizarding British government, was somewhat rocky. Elfrida Clegg refused to accept Mer people as beings under her definition of the term as those who could speak the human tongue. She thought Mermish to be inadequate. Well, she should have just put her head under the water.
Yeah, that's
According to Wombat, which is an acronym I don't know, it is possible that freshwater mer people are less warlike than saltwater mer people. That's actually somewhat interesting. And you know what? I'm going to move on
Thanks,
now.
Wombat.
Yeah.
Whoever that is.
Warlocks.
Whatever.
Actually, I like this one. African mermaid hair is a magical substance used in a wand core. In an interview with Jessica Williams, who portrays Eulalie Hicks, the one who owns one of these wands in the Fantastic Beasts movies,
Oh.
this type of wand core is referred to as a seeming homage to Mami Wata, a mythological African water spirit.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, let's get off of Mer people, except not really, because I want to go to Mercus.
Yes.
Somebody knew who that was. Mer chieftainess Mercus, yes queen, was a Selkie and the leader of the Mer people. What's a Selkie? I don't know, and I'm not going to click on it. Who lived in the lake in the grounds of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Mercus was presumably born and raised in the Black Lake in Scotland, and at some point she was pronounced Mer chieftainess. Really just says what happened here. It describes her. So, in the Spanish version of the fourth book, Mercus is the male with the long beard. They gender swapped her.
Wow.
Wow.
This is the erasure of women.
Not an International Women's Month.
Machismo couldn't
The
have
Spaniards.
Also, a Selkie is like a legend where they can like go between being a seal and a woman.
Ah.
There's like a little movie. It's like a little cartoon.
You know what? It's in Sophia the First, the little Disney
really?
princess. Yeah.
I didn't know that. There's like the legend of this. Oh my gosh, y'all. The Selkies or something. It's so cute. Watch it if you haven't. It's really cute.
My next one, the Banishing Charm. I'm on the last two. Don't worry, people. Banishing Charm, Depulso, was a charm that sent the target away from the caster. It could send a target towards a specific location and worked on both living beings and inanimate objects. Banishing Charm was the opposite of the Summoning Charm. The hand movement for it, it's a smiley face, basically. It's just a real whoop,
But with
Depulso.
no eyes.
with no eyes. Ooh, scary.
So
Unlike-
you.
A very, wide you, though.
Okay.
Herodiana Byrne was known historically as the single greatest Depulso master of all time. Allegedly, she had rescued a group of orphans from a wild Graphorn by banishing it over Stonehenge,
Whoa.
and defeated a dark wizard in the Alps, who was purported to have been sent flying all the way to Durmstrang Castle in the far north of Europe.
Sounds like my Hogwarts Legacy character.
Uh,
Banishing master.
Yeah.
The Hall of Herodiana was originally created by her as a place to practice the charm. So this one specifically. I got one trick and one trick only, people.
Right here. This is my chamber where I use this one spell.
Deposo.
You want to practice it? No other spells.
That's right. So that's all I'm going to say there because it's a very long episode. And my last one was the drought charm, but I don't want to say anything else because it just sounds simple. You dry up a lake, or even no, not a lake, a small puddle.
You couldn't dry up a lake.
Yeah, only a small puddle.
Small puddles. It's just for slight inconveniences.
Mhm. And that wraps
Is
up
why
our-
wizards don't step in puddles. No.
And that wraps up our main coverage of the episode. Listeners, thank you so much for listening. What we're going to do now is hop into our restricted section, or what is disappointingly, underwhelmingly called the graveyard for this book.
I noticed that when we started out this season, you didn't say disappointingly.
No.
Has that been like because of interactions with how the
It's because of you.
It's
me?
I think it was me.
Or yeah, somebody in our founders
I told him
episode
it was a
previously.
little lame.
Yeah.
Compared to your other ones.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
get it. You don't have
you got to work with what you got.
Yeah.
And I don't got a lot. But this is the section, listeners, where
Oh,
we
it
talk.
could have been Snape's ingredient cover.
You know what? I'm going to edit that out. Nobody needs better ideas than that.
It could have been like whatever step he got.
Oh,
stuck
the
in.
vanishing stare.
Yeah. You did good.
This is the Boris the Bewilder section at the moment. But this is the part of the episode where we talk about spoilers that pertain to the rest of the book series, or this book in particular. So if you do not want to be spoiled on anything, get the frick out of here. What are you doing here? All right, go, get.
It's okay, but leave.
Yeah, I should say it kinder. Like and subscribe. So yeah, moving on now. We're in our restricted section. Okay,
It's here.
it's here now. So let's talk about some things.
Now I don't get beeped out.
You don't get beeped out. I need to go to my chapters where I wrote down RS. That's what I do every time,
Yeah.
next to all the things I want to talk about. So the first one,
That stands for restricted section.
Oh, good deduction.
yes, and
I'm a big deducer.
So my first one, as you were beeped out before, Harry doesn't become a prefect. He gets skipped over it in favor of Ron, but he does become the Quidditch captain, so he does get to use the prefect's bathroom. And I like that that's even called out when he becomes a Quidditch captain.
But
He's
it does take a year.
It does take a year.
Hmm.
That's true. He
So
does-
that's a whole year that Ron is up there swimming around
Just
in
soaking
that
his
nice
tootsies,
scented bath
Mhm.
and
getting peeped on
with
by
the
Myrtle.
whoops.
But that's that one. Another one could be, if I could find it, Snape grabbing his arm. That's because he's got the dark mark there. All right. Dark mark, but we all knew that already. My next one, when Barty Crouch Jr., Mad Eye Fakey, is asking him about the map.
He's like,
Uh,
oh, look, here's my name right
Oh,
here.
that's me.
It's right here.
Because Harry's like, his eye looks like he was going crazy over the map, and that's just him going, "Oh shoot!"
Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about
Mhm.
with the logistics and mechanics of
Fully
the
essential.
Marauders map naming conventions, because I don't know. Usually, it's
It probably
It's
should
got,
have
like-
included the junior.
yes, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Is that's like an
Okay.
essential part of? I don't know.
Maybe if they
That's
were
where it's
both
like
on
I don't know.
campus.
I wonder if it did and Harry didn't read it.
Because Harry is
Like,
too dumb.
We're seeing the
He's
world
like,
through
"What's
Harry's
Artemis
eyes,
Crouch?"
and he probably just like glanced at it and then it was like, what?
Well, also to be fair, like who's to say that old Barty Crouch didn't have a dad whose name was Barty Crouch?
What? So like the
I'm
third,
saying
from
from I'm saying that from Harry's perspective, I don't know how well he knows the lineage of the
Okay, so maybe
Crouches.
think that-
So
That's what
even if he saw Barty Crouch Jr., he could just think of it as the only Barty Crouch that he's
Yeah.
aware of.
That's a fair point. Fair
So
point.
maybe that's something.
I also think too, perhaps it might change if both Barty Crouches were on campus at the same time. It's like it doesn't update completely until both are there, and then it's like, okay, there's a need to distinguish now.
senior, junior.
Senior, junior. Yep.
Adds footnote.
Mhm. See appendices to the Marauders map.
Yeah,
Um,
I just don't know how. I don't know.
Oh,
I would have thought it was suspicious. If I were Harry, I probably wouldn't have. I don't know. I don't know. He buys like he trusts Moody. I get it. I get it. But he gave me suspicious vibes. Maybe it was because I had the
Feeling
audiobook
suspicious?
and he sounded so suspicious.
Shout out to my favorite book title from these chapters, Saucy Tricks for Tricky Swords.
Yeah.
I like that one a
was
lot.
mine too.
And then another restricted section, Dobby says to him, like, he heard Moody and McGonagall talking about it. And Moody, whenever he like reveals his whole plan to Harry and everything that he's done in his like villain monologue, I love that moment where he's like, and that stupid Neville didn't get the idea
Yeah.
when I had given him the book. So I had to like call that house elf to the room in order to like stage that conversation in front of him.
And he was like, too bad no one remembered the gillyweed in Professor Snape's ingredient cabinet.
And McGonagall's like, we were talking about like wands.
McGonagall's like, that was an oddly specific phrase you just used.
Makes me think in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, there was a scene where the main character, his master, like the knight that he traveled with died, and so he takes his sword, and it's a really nice sword, and he goes to attorney with it, and he's holding the sword, and like a real knight says to him, that's a nice sword you got. And the main character goes, it's mine. And the guy goes, that's an odd thing to say.
wait, that's A Knight's Tale, right? Or...
No, Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, okay.
New TV show. And y'all, I think that was...
Thanks, it's mine.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And that was, I wrote down Animagus talk. I don't know why for my restricted sections did I write that down. Oh, I guess here's why I wrote it down. Because I think that this is like another tidbit that gives Hermione a hint about
Rita
yes.
Skeeter.
Well, I know I had the
what
was in Hermione's hair?
Yeah.
Reader.
Peter
Reader beater. And that's all my restricted section stuff. Did anybody have anything else?
Yeah, no, I think you're right with, because she goes, remember, you have to register your animagus, and she like says that twice. So.
And they already had the note of when Harry says, you might, like, you could have been bugged, and then
Yeah.
that phrase is used again
But,
later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
I have one from when Moody, wink wink, is talking to Harry in the hallway. And he says, if there's one thing I hate, it's a Death Eater who walked free.
Yes.
That's
And like
such a good
Harry's
double line.
thinking this is like
him as an Auror.
but it's him as a bitter, angry person
Yeah.
who got put in jail.
Yeah, he's like,
Wizard prison.
I got beat up and
Yeah.
punished for what I did, but all these other
I know.
fakies
He's
out
like,
there.
I
Well, and
have
all the
my
ones
war
who
scars.
lied and said that they weren't actually
Yeah,
in
not
this
the
and
true
turned
loyal-
over other names.
But
and
that's
it's
always
like,
funny to me because I'm like, but you lied too.
Yeah.
You know, because in the trial scene that we see, he keeps
Oh,
going,
yeah.
I didn't do it, Father. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Uh-huh.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because he didn't lie convincingly enough, he has the moral high ground.
Yeah.
And
The
evil
moral
morals.
fiber.
Yeah.
He's got that Barty Jr.
He
moral
said,
fiber.
I suffered for this. No, that was good. I almost included that in my favorite
Yeah.
lines, but then I didn't know how I would discuss
I know,
about
yeah,
why it was
yeah,
my
me
favorite
too.
line.
I also pointed that out, but then I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I can't comment on it at
Yeah.
the time.
Very good. Anything else?
No.
Well then, listeners, I hope you enjoyed this much longer than normal episode, but a founders episode with all of the founders of the Retold podcast. We appreciate you. Everybody, thank you for I've got to say listening. Thank you for being on the podcast today. Love getting to talk with you all. I'm going to have an episode with each of you the rest of this season too. So looking forward to that. What did you forget your chapters?
I thought it was just 11 and 12.
You know what? It might have been. I don't remember. I'll look
I'm
at,
done.
I have a list on my
I
phone.
know I'm in the schedule.
Yeah, you're on this.
Yeah, I'm coming up towards the end, I think.
This might have been what I was thinking of. Anyway, I'll figure it out, listeners. And if not, Emily will appear next book. You'll see her. But yeah, all right, everybody, goodbye. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Retold. Artwork for this podcast was created by Rachel Ortlip. Music was created by Taylor Jarvis. And the Retold podcast is produced by me. That's right, I made this.